to see 10 rows. And if I want to fetch the bottom 5 rows, what I'll do, I'll just write data.tail. This will give me the bottom 5 rows. So if I want the top, I'll just write data.head. If I want the bottom, I'll just write data.tail. And if I want the random values, I'll write simple and I'll specify how much values do I want. So I will specify 5 here. That means I want 5 random rows. So here you can see this row is fetched from 1,90,524. This from 1,97,396. This is from 1,29,000. This is from 27,000. This is from 1,81,000. And when I'll just run the same command again, I'll see different option. 1 lakh, 1,24,000, 1,35,000, 70,000, 87,000. I'll again run again. I'll get different values. Clear to you? Why you choose 5 random data points? It is the best approach. It is the best approach to select the data points from the random data. It is the best approach, according to me. You might be having different mindset, but it is the best approach. Why? I'll just tell you. Suppose you are ordering rice from some city. Okay. Now you got a container in which the rice is filled. Let me just search for it. Rice container. So I can give you the example. Suppose this is the container that we have. This is the rice container, right? This is the rice container that we have received, that we have ordered. Now I want to check the quality of the rice. What I will do, I'll just take some kind of sample from the top. Getting my point? I'll take some kind of sample from the top and I'll be able to check the quality of the rice. Yes. Now the service provider understood, okay, he's the guy who is going to be checking the sample only from the top. Okay, so what he'll do, he'll just put the best quality rice at the top, and at the bottom maybe there will be the bad quality rice. So what I should do, I should just put my hand into the middle of this particular container and I should select the random rice from here. Getting my point? Getting my point, guys? So this is how you should be selecting the data points in order to check the quality. Okay? Alright, moving on. Now when we have the data, we have to follow a specific order in order to fetch the values of the data. Now suppose this is the specific structure of the data, this is the specific hierarchy of the data. So suppose you want to contact a student of an engineering college who is studying into computer science branch, and he is studying into computer science branch, and then he has a specific roll number. So how you can contact that particular guy? First of all, you have to figure out the college, right? When you have figured out the college, you have to figure out the department. Either it is the engineering department or it is the management department. When you have figured out the department, you have to figure out the specific branch. When you have figured out the specific branch, then you have to figure out the specific roll number of that particular student, right? So there are different layers that you have to go through in order to fetch a specific data points. You cannot directly fetch the data point. Are you getting my point or not? Are you getting my point or not? So this is what we follow. First of all, we access the whole data. Then we access the specific column of that particular data. And under that particular column, you are going to be accessing the value of that particular column. The specific value of that particular column. So this is the whole approach. This is the whole roadmap that you should follow. Okay? This is the whole roadmap that you should follow. Alright. Moving on, guys. Moving on. That is great. Okay. So these are the columns we have. Suppose I have selected the city column. What I can do, I just fetch data.city, and then I'm just fetching the number of unique cities. I'm getting 99 as the answer. Can I say that I have the data of 99 unique cities? Can I say that? Can I say that? Can I say that I have the data of 99 unique cities? Yes, I can say that, right? I can say that. Okay. When I've removed the n from the starting itself, I'm just writing data.city.unique. So I'll be having the unique data points. So these are the different kind of codes that you can use in your analysis, and you'll be able to fetch different kind of insight from the data. Now let's come to the main point. That is we can say removing some kind of duplicated data. Okay. So here we have the duplicated data, and here we are able to see the whole code for removing the duplicates. Here we have the whole data, and from the whole data we are removing the duplicates. Guys, I'll just take 10 minutes more, and then we are going to be discussing about the career opportunities. All right, so just focus for 10 minutes more. I know that it is a lot of information that I've feed it to you. Okay, so just wait for 10 minutes more, and then I'll be explaining you everything. Okay, so Rati, we are going to be discussing about that in next 10 minutes. Okay, clear to all? Are you with me for the next 10 minutes? Are you with me for the next 10 minutes? Yes? Okay, that is great. That is great, guys. All right, moving on. So here we have data.drop duplicates. Then we have the specific restaurant ID. Why I have specified the restaurant ID, guys? Why I have specified the restaurant ID? Can you please let me know? Because this is the data point in which we have the unique data, right? This data point will help us in understanding either the data is duplicated or it is the unique data, right? So that is why we are using this particular column here. All right, okay, moving on. Then we have the key first one. What does it mean? So just focus here. Let me just explain you something. Suppose we have this particular ID in our data set, that is 3BAG. This is our unique ID, and it is being repeated for 5 times. What is the repetition of the data? How much times it is being repeated? How much time it is being repeated? 5 times. No, it is getting repeated for 4 times. One is always unique. Because if I'm thinking that it is being repeated for 5 times and I'll just remove the 5 data points, then we don't have any kind of data, right? Then we don't have any kind of data. So that is why it is always for 4 times, because one data point will be unique. Got it? Got it? So that is why I'm saying keep the first one, because the very first data point will be unique. Then from the second data point it started repeating itself. So the very first data point will be unique. Okay, so we have the very first. Now there's written in place is equals to true. What does it mean? So whenever we are going to be performing some kind of operation using pandas that is affecting the data, either it is removing the data or it is manipulating the data, that output that you'll be able to see will be a temporary output. It will not be affecting the data directly, because you're not making the decision directly. You're just willing to see the output, that what kind of data you'll be able to get. Okay, so whenever you are going to be performing the operation on the data which is affecting the format of the data or the structure of the data, the Python will provide you temporary output. It will not be permanent output. And when you are 100% sure that you want to store that particular data into the original format, you want to perform those particular operation on your original data because it will affect your data, then you can write in place is equals to true. Okay, do we have to remember all this formula? It is not about remembering or memorizing. When you will be working a lot on the data, automatically you will be able to understand the whole process. Okay, because you are able to see these kind of things for the very first time, you will be confused. Okay, we have to learn this much, we have to memorize this much. It is not like that. Okay, automatically you will be remembering everything. Okay, it is not necessary to remember all the things all the time. Clear to all? Okay, so now I have checked the data type. Earlier we used to have 2,11,000 rows, but now we only have 55,000 rows. That means 75% of the data was duplicated. Now you can imagine, if the 75% of the data was duplicated, if you're going to be performing the operation on that data, that format of the data, all your analysis will be wrong. Yes or no into the chat, guys? Yes or no into the chat? Right? So it is very, very important to understand that either your data is unique or not. You have to understand the quality of the data, because the better quality you will be having of the data, the better insights you will be getting out of it. Okay, so always try to understand the quality of the data, because then only you'll be getting the best output from the data. Okay, moving ahead, guys, moving ahead. So now we are going to be understanding the difference between chains and outlets. So as I said, we are going to be performing the operation. So what is the basic criteria of a chain? The basic criteria of a chain is that the outlets or the branches of the franchisees, the number of outlets, the number of branches of the number of franchisees should be equal to or greater than 2. This is the basic criteria of the chain. Yes or no into the chart? Okay? Yes or no into the chart, guys? Vishal, we have already discussed the same thing from 3 times or more than that. Yes? Okay, that is right. So now we have got the data into chains. So this is the data. Okay. So data in the data we have Domino's Pizza, Cafe Coffee Day, KFC, Baskin Robbins, Caventer's, Subway, McDonald's, Pizza Hut. In order to visualize this particular data, you have to write this much code. That is why we use Power BI and Tableau kind of tools for the visualization process, because visualization is pretty much complex in Python. So that is why we use Power BI and Tableau. Okay. Sir, what does the chain means? Restaurant chains. Chain means that particular restaurant is having multiple branches. Okay. All right. Coding is required in Tableau. Not much when you are going to be manipulating the data. Yes. Basic code. Okay, so these are the top 10 chains in India by the number of outlets. Now here comes your role. Now you guys will help me in making a decision. Either I should choose a specific restaurant for my business or not. Okay. Now you guys tell me, should I be a part of a specific chain? If yes, then which particular chain it should be? And always support your answer with some kind of data points. Don't just write KFC, Baskin Robbins, Caventer's answer directly. Don't write the answer directly. Okay? Try to explain why you are answering Domino's. If Domino's, why Domino's? KFC, why KFC? Domino's because it is the most number of outlets. The same thing, I think it can be analyzed by the service provider also. This is not a very huge kind of analysis, right? If you have the maximum outlets, then you can open that restaurant. What kind of analysis is that? This is not a good analysis. What do you think, guys? On the basis of the demand. Okay, Burger King, because less branches, there is demand. So open at a place where no other outlet is present. Okay, that can be a good data point. And then Burger King's price should be better. Okay, McDonald's. Let me showcase you more insights. So these are the top 10 chains in India by average rating. Okay, I haven't visited any of these restaurants. Either it is Absolute Barbecue, Chili Grills and Bars, Pirate of Grills, Chili American Grills and Bars, Moya I Am, The Fisherman Buff, Agent Jack's, Papaya, Mocha. I haven't visited any of these. Have you ever visited any of these? Or do you want to change your analysis here? Do you want to change your analysis here, guys? No? Do you want more insight? Do you want more insight? Yes? Alright, let me just showcase you more insight. Suppose we haven't made the decision that we should be going with the chain option, and now we want to open our own chain. Okay? Not own chain, but we can say we want to open our own brand of restaurant. So first of all, we have to figure out which particular category we are selecting. Okay, so these are the number of restaurants by establishment type on the basis of different categories. How many restaurants are there into specific categories? For example, there are more than 40,000 restaurants in quick bites, 12,000 in casual dining, 4,000 in cafe, 3,700 in bakery, and 3,600 in dessert parlor. What do you think? Which particular category we should choose? Which particular category we should choose, guys? Which category? Casual dining, cafe can be a good option. Okay, let's go with cafe. Okay, let's go with cafe. Okay, we have selected cafe. Which city would be a good choice? We have different kind of city. We have Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, New Delhi, Jaipur, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Goa, Lucknow. Now you guys tell me which particular city would be a good option for opening the cafe. We will be having Goa, we will be having Bangalore. Anuruddh, you should also focus on the kind of data we have. Okay, if you are focusing on the kind of data that we don't have, you'll not be able to perform the analysis. Always try to get some kind of analysis according to the data that we have. Suppose I'll say, okay, give me the data of finance, then only I'll be able to provide you the analysis. That is not a good thing, right? You should perform the analysis on the basis of data that you already have. Okay, so according to me, Bangalore, Pune, New Delhi, and what do you think? Delhi NCR could be a good option. Yes. Goa, then I should open a pub or bar kind of thing. Jaipur, then I should open some kind of we can say very very rich, very very royal kind of a restaurant. Chennai dosa. All right, moving on, moving on. Let's just see more insights because we have a lot of insights already left. So let's go ahead and let's see more insights here. So here we have the cuisine type. So we have North Indian, Chinese, fast food, dessert, beverages. Which particular cuisine type we should have? Which particular cuisine type we should have? Fast food. Have you noticed one trend? Here, all the categories that we have, somehow all the categories are related to unhealthy food, right? So it is not always advised to go according to the analysis, according to the data points that we already have. You can also think into a different direction. For example, here we have the data points which is suggesting us that all the data points which we have here are related to unhealthy food. So what we can think, we can provide some kind of healthy option, but with the taste, right? This is what we can understand, right? Mega, it will take 10 minutes more. All right, moving on. So now we can also use these kind of insights, these kind of highlights. We can introduce cash, takeaway available, indoor sitting, dinner, and lunch. Okay, so these kind of things we have, and at the end of this particular file you'll be able to see the conclusion. So this is a homework for you all. Just go through the conclusion, try to understand the conclusion, and also try to understand from where the conclusion is coming. So I'm just sharing the code file. Go through the code file. This is a homework for you all. Read the conclusions, try to understand the reason of the conclusion, and either you are agree to that particular conclusion or not. And finally, we have reached to the part where we are going to be discussing about the career opportunities into the data domain. How many of you are really, really serious to make a career into the data domain, guys? How many of you are really, really serious to make a career into the data domain? Okay, that is great. And also, let me tell you, let me just know your category. Either you are a fresher, you are a working professional, you are someone who wants to restart the career, you are someone who wants to do the freelancing. Which particular category you are? Working professional, you are a fresher, you want to restart your career. Which is your category? Okay, that is great. Okay, that is great. So let me just tell you the whole process. Please be with me for the next 15 minutes. It will be very, very helpful for you. Okay, so let me tell you about Javas first. So here you can see, you can simply see here. All right, all right. Moving on, guys. Please focus on what I'm saying currently. Just focus on that. I'm not taking any kind of query for now. I'll be taking the query in the coming time. For now, focus on what I'm saying. Okay, moving on. So here you can see Jobaj. So Jobaj is also working as a job portal. That means we are working with the job seekers, the people who are searching for the jobs, and we are also working directly with the recruiters. We are providing the hiring solution to huge MNCs and also to huge companies, the listed companies too. All right, so we are working on both of the sides. On the career side, we are working on the both sides. Either we are working with the with someone who wants to like start the career, who's looking for the job, or we are also working with the person who is hiring the employees. So we are like connected to both of the sides. When we are connected with both of the